Hi, my name is Alexia and I'm a registered dietitian. Welcome to my cooking demonstrations. Through these demonstrations, I hope to show you nutrition made easy. You can find this along with other cooking demonstrations on my website at alexialewisrd.com. Enjoy! Welcome to the first of my cooking demonstrations. Today I'm going to show you how to make my mom's homemade salsa. So before we begin, I just want to say thanks, Mom, for the recipe. The reason I chose a salsa for my first video is that it fits so well with my mission, which is nutrition made easy, because it's a very easy to prepare and much healthier alternative to store-bought salsa. So let me go over what you will need to make the salsa. You're going to need 7 to 9 plum or Roma tomatoes, 4 to 6 small or 3 large jalapeno peppers, the juice from a lime, 4 to 6 cloves of garlic, a large Vidalia or sweet onion, a small bunch of cilantro. This is about half of a bunch that you would buy in a store, 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar, and then I always like to add a little bit of sugar or alternative sweetener. Food safety first. Before beginning, I washed my hands and I washed all of the vegetables that we're using for the salsa. So far, I've done most of the prep work for this recipe. I have already chopped up the tomatoes and the onions. Now, when I was chopping these, I was thinking about what size I wanted to pick up on my chip if I'm using this a dip. So just chop to that size. I've also minced my garlic, chopped up the cilantro, squeezed the lime, so I have my lime juice, measured out the 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar, I have my alternative sweetener, and all that's left is the jalapenos. So let's talk about these jalapenos. Now, you may notice that I am wearing gloves, and that's because the jalapeno juice can really sting if you get it in your eyes. So I would recommend that you wear gloves while you handle the jalapenos. If you don't have gloves, just make sure you wash your hands really well when you're finished handling them. So the first thing I do is cut the jalapeno in half, and then I start cutting away sections until I have just this vein with all of the seeds left on it. Now, a lot of the heat in jalapenos are in the veins and seeds, so unless you like your jalapeno really spicy, you want to remove these. All you do is take a small knife, cut right along the bottom of that vein, pull it out, the seeds stay on it, and you're left with nothing but the flesh. At this point, you're simply going to put some of those rows together and mince them, and they'll be ready for your salsa. Did you know that the American word salsa comes from the Spanish word salsa, meaning sauce, which comes from the Latin word salsa, meaning salty? That's one of the reasons I really like to make my own homemade salsa, the huge difference in sodium content between the homemade and the store-bought brands. For example, most store-bought brands have a serving size of about 2 tablespoons, which is this much salsa, and in this 2 tablespoons, you're going to get anywhere from 100 to 250 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot for such a little serving. This batch of salsa that we're making today, the entire recipe only has about 65 milligrams of sodium in it, so it's a really big difference in sodium content. So I've finished chopping, and now all I'm going to do is combine all of my ingredients. If you find that this is a little bit too spicy for you, you can simply add some more vinegar, some more sweetener, or even some water. If you find that it's not spicy enough, feel free to add some hot sauce. If you think it's a little bit too liquidy, just drain some of the liquid off. And if you prefer it to be more like the store-bought salsas, you can put some of it in a blender, blend it, and then mix it back in with the remaining chunks. And finally, the alternative sweetener. So again, you can see what a big batch of salsa this makes. Now all I'm going to do is combine all these ingredients. You can store this in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. I really doubt it's going to last that long. But the longer you store it, the more the flavors are going to mix together and the tastier it's going to become. So this is what we end up with. A nice big bowl of beautiful, colorful Mom's Homemade Salsa. I hope you enjoy this, and I would love your feedback and comments. Come visit me on my website at alexialewisrd.com. Thank you.